Hey guys, and welcome! Today we got a new development update for Battlefield 2042, and this time it might be even more interesting, cause it did not only give us a first look at the new map we will see in Season 2, but also told us about the return of the class system and the addition of portal weapons to All Out War. But let's start with the most interesting part, that is surely the class system. The class system will be added back to Battlefield at some point during Season 3 later this year, so we won't see them during Season 2 already. But to say this right at the beginning, this doesn't mean that specialists will be removed. Specialists and their abilities will stay, but they will be placed into the four classic and familiar classes: Assault, Support, Engineer and Recon. In the Assault class you will find McKay, Sundance and Dozer. The Support class will be filled by Angel and Falk. Liz, Boris and Irish will be part of the Engineer class, and the Recon class will have Casper, Pike and Rao. Alongside this, gadgets will be restricted to specific classes, and a new class equipment slot will be added to help players to better fulfill their role on the battlefield. In addition, this will also help to predict the kind of gadget your squad or teammates could play, or the gadget an enemy player could have equipped. But let me get a bit more into depth with this one. After the change, each class will have a class equipment that is unique to this class and will always be equipped. That means you can't unequip it or swap it with another gadget, but it also means it will always be available and you always know that a certain class will have a certain gadget equipped. So for the Assault class, this class equipment is the med pen, for the Support class it's the defibrillator, for the Engineers it's the repair tool, and for the Recon it's the spawn beacon. That means if you play as Casper, for example, you will always have a spawn beacon equipped. Or if you play Sundance, you will always have the med pen equipped and ready to heal you up when storming the front line. But it also means that all other classes will not have access to these gadgets anymore. So these are restricted to the respective class and you won't be able to play as Sundance with the spawn beacon anymore, for example. But it also means when you see an Engineer, you know that they will always have a repair tool equipped. A little side note here that most people might miss, this also means the defibrillator will return as a gadget, so you can also use it again to kill enemies like it was in former titles. But that's it so far about the class equipment. In addition, you also have a slot for a class gadget, and here you can choose between several gadgets. As Assault, you can choose between the smoke grenade launcher, C5 or armor plates. As Support, you can equip the ammo crate, medical crate, smoke grenade launcher or a claymore. Yes, claymores will return as well. As an Engineer, you will have access to AT mines, Recoil M5, FXM missile launcher, Javelin or an EOD bot. And if you play as a Recon, you can choose between TUGS, Proc Sensor, SOFLAM, C5 or Tracer Darts. So some gadgets are available for several classes, while some others are only available for one class. And you might have also recognized that we will get a few more gadgets over from Portal that are well known from former titles. So there will be a class equipment that is always the same one and a class gadget that you can choose from a small pool of gadgets. And in addition, there's also the throwables that are also a bit different for some classes. After the change, the Assault class will only have access to frag, smoke and incendiary grenades, while all other classes will be able to equip frag, smoke, incendiary and EMP grenades. So as an example, you could play as Boris and would always have the repair tool equipped to support allied vehicles, and in addition you could choose to Recoil M5 to deal damage to enemy vehicles. But you wouldn't be able to equip a SOFLAM or the spawn beacon. The specialist gadgets and abilities like Boris Sentry Turret or Pike Scanner will stay in the game and will also be available in the same way they are right now. Same for the weapons. Weapons will stay unrestricted even after the class changes, so you will always be able to choose the kind of weapon you want, no matter what class and specialist you play. The restrictions are only for gadgets for now. But there's also some good news for everyone who's missing more variety in the available all-out war weapons. Cause with the start of Season 2 we will also get some of the Portal weapons in all-out war. It starts with two of them, which will be the M16A3 and the M60E4, but we will see more added to the game along the line. These weapons won't be added with the Battle Pass like the new weapons of Season 1, but instead will be available in the collection right from the start, but have to be unlocked by completing 2 assignments for each weapon. That's basically the same you have to do to unlock some of the additional scopes. So for the M16A3 you need to do 30 kills or assist with the underbarrel grenade launchers and 100 kills and assist with the SFAR or the M16A3 over on Portal. For the M60E4, you need to resupply 100 teammates with ammo and do 100 kills and assists with either the PKP or the M60 in Portal. Once you completed these missions, you can equip the new weapon and rank it up to the mastery badges similar to the already available weapons. But what you won't find for these portal guns are unlockable or purchasable weapon skins, so there won't be a tier 1 skin or anything. Later in Season 2 we will also get the P90, the AKS-74U and the M98B. The assignment system that is used to unlock the newly added portal weapons will also be used to make the Season 1 weapons, vehicles and specialists available to all players who missed Season 1 or couldn't manage to unlock all available gear. So that was quite a lot of info already, but still not everything we've seen today, cause we also got another look at the reworked version of Renewal and a first look at the new version of Orbital. Both maps will be added to the game during Season 2, starting with Renewal at the end of September. So we will not only receive a completely new map with Season 2, but also 2 reworked maps this time. Overall, the changes are pretty similar to those done to Kaleidoscope, which means flag positions are being changed, terrain is raised or lowered, and loads of new cover are being added to improve the flow on both maps and help players maneuver on it. This worked out pretty well for Kaleidoscope, so I'm very confident that both Renewal and Orbital will play much better after the overhaul. With Season 3 later this year, we will then receive another set of 2 reworked maps, but there wasn't any info about which ones the teams are working on specifically. And last but not least, we also got a first look at the new map that will be added with Season 2, which will be called Stranded and is located at Gatun Lake in Panama. The map will be focused on infantry combat with a smaller layout and more intense gameplay in general, and the map area will be inside and around the shown stranded ship. In addition, we will also see a new specialist, a new battle pass, new weapons, vehicles and so on, similar to the content we got with Season 1. Right now, the teams are also working on Season 3 and beyond that will have a similar amount of content that Season 1 had. And that's it for today. Definitely an interesting update we got here with a lot going on behind the scenes of Battlefield 2042. If you have any questions to the planned changes or there's anything you didn't understand, feel free to tell me in the comments below and I try to answer as many questions as possible. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumb up and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more content like this. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm the Catwoman and you are awesome.